Hi everyone, welcome back to this week Weekly Market Update. Once again, let's take a look at what happened for the market over the weeks, previous week, and also for the coming week as well. So, before that, remember to share my Facebook page, remember to like it, and remember to join my public Telegram group as well. So, hopefully, it does benefit you from watching this really video again and again, so you have an update of what's going on, and hopefully, you can catch some profit when I share some certain counters for you guys to watch list in your portfolio, in your profile as well. So, let's take a look what happened over the last week. We can see that on the last Friday itself, right, down suddenly dropped 500 point. Nasdaq sink more than 2%. This is mainly due to the fear of Russia attack on Ukraine. So there is the war ongoing out there, and not only that, I believe it's also due to the spike of the US Treasury rates as well. We will look into the rate as well, which I mentioned previously in my past video. We are looking for 1.9% up to 2 point something percent. We will look into the chart later. But of course, for these tensions between Ukraine and Russia, when we talk about war, right, definitely oil will be the one that actually spike up. You guys can also look at one of the stock counter. I'm not going to take a look at that, but just bring you guys. I think it's one of the company that actually produce missile. All right, what Lockheed, I can't remember what's the stock counter, LMT if I remember correctly. You guys can go and take a look over there. It seems like there's a breakout over there very soon. Maybe I'll show over the counter if I still remember the name itself. All right, so this is what happened. So don't be surprised. I think which I've been mentioning for Dow Jones, right, is trading between 35,000 and 34,000, 35,300 and 34,000. Of course, there is a little break above, all right, little break above. It went up to 35,800. All right, 35,800. This is where I'm talking about moving sideways. Correct? Not since the end of January, I've been trading these two circle. All right, so there's a spike, but if let's say you look into the weekly chart itself, right, it's between it. All right, it's just the wick, the body of the candle is still within this spike, and then it is still being resisted by the 20 days and the 40 days moving average. All right, the more it being resisted, the more it's been significant, and right now we are looking once it break the 34,000, it should give way, and I'm on more on the downside at this point of time with the rate hike coming into play with a last high CPI data, if I remember correctly, last week. All right, so due to inflation, the interest rate for Fed have to come into play somehow, right? So with this high of interest rate I've been mentioning, it will cause bad to those with high debt company like the technology side. That's why Nasdaq actually has a huge drop. Not just only that, I think with this fight of Ukraine against Russia, right? If let's say Russia going to step in, there's also a suddenly drop within on the chips counter. I'm not sure why on chips, but this is what the news report. Because of the producing of the chips itself. So why do I know that? I think it's stated over here. Uh, Give me a second. I think it's stated. Yeah, so Ukraine tensions, inflation push chip stock even lower. So if let's say you guys are on the semiconductor, right, the stock got wet badly, especially for AMD itself. It dropped more than 10%. So yes, although we know that we are shortage of chips, chips makers trying to boost and increase the demand during this pandemic, but investor is looking for less risky stock, like especially right now the treasury bond yield rate is paying almost close to 2%. I think it's a very risk adverse counter for people who want to more consider on less risky products. All right, they may go into the bonds. So a lot of chips maker like Nvidia, which is going to announce the reports earnings next week. AMD all actually dropped, yes, last Friday itself. All right, for Intel, right, it fell only 2% because it has been dropping since quite a long way. And I'm looking at the demand zone, which I have been drawing since many weeks ago. All right, of course, I missed a huge upside opportunity in the chart itself. Later, you guys will see, but it right now coming to my demand zone. I'm looking closely whether to onboard this counter or not. All right. So coming week, take note, weeks ahead, a few company is going to announce their earnings report. So don't just focus on the war itself. There's also some counter you guys might want to pay attention, like Airbnb, which is one of my interested counter, Nvidia. All right, so take a look of all these counter lah. So just take a look. And on the economy side, right, I think there's some reporting as well. Initial jobless claim, this kind of very important lah, because to see what's the inflation like lah. So just take a look closely over there. All right, so Ukraine tensions bring the chip down, and the White House is actually, not just White House itself, other country, Japan, all these actually warning their people who are actually at Ukraine to leave them within days, because Russia is right now actually at the border of Ukraine. They might step in maybe after the China Winter's Olympic Games over, which is coming in February itself. All right, because China and Russia, they are good brother, right? They don't want to impact what China is doing at the moment. So once the game end, Russia might step in. This is all the news ongoing over the weeks itself. All right, so oil jump. We know due to the war itself, but we can see that it break up to $90 based on the chart. So this is based on Dow Jones. Let's go to the chart right now. Just cut everything short. Just go into the chart so we can see what is Dow Jones is doing. I'm still believe hovering between these two figures, but I'm more bearish on the downside. So once it's break 34,000, close below, right? This is what I'm looking at, a candlestick. Close below, follow day. If followed by a red closing, we can see that it's more on the downside. All right, more on the downside for Dow Jones. So for certain counter like oil, Brand, let's take a look. Uh, right, so for Brand, this is what I see. Said previously, break 87 all-time high. All right, break 90, we can go. But to me, right, when I first talk about it, it's actually here, pull back, go up. But if let's say you watch my video, this is per week lah, so basically 1 week by 1 week. So we look at day itself, right? Yes, there is opportunity in between when they pull back. You are actually trading on the 20 moving average, pull back, buy in, pull back, buy in, pull back, buy in. Correct or not? You already make 3 times. But people who don't do that short term, right, may want to try to avoid. Why? Because the meat, right, is no longer a lot. Of course, there is analysts saying that it might reach $103 for oil per barrel. All right, but I can't predict what is going to happen in the future. Correct? Now, we are actually based on probability, right? That's why if let's say there's any pullback you want to go in, it's better. So, not to buy at the all time when it's back up. Otherwise, you're being waved off by this one whole week. Can you see people who actually buy at the all time high breakout, then it might get killed. So, wait for pullback buy. Use 20 moving average as a support for yourself. All right. So right now 87.90 will become the support and resistance lah. So take note of 87 and $90 itself. But for war, right, people actually have this mindset will always go into gold lah. So we can see that gold actually coming strong again. All right, coming strong again. So this is I have been talking about gold, right? Since 23rd January, I say that it break above. All right, break above 23rd January is somewhere here. Let's take a look. All right, so it break above. Sorry, okay. So it break above. We can't see this red candlestick, but it come down. Okay, supported again by this Fibonacci. All right, at 23.6%. Supported this weekly candle. Remember, this is weekly candle, guys. All right, supported again. Go up. All right, so first time is a fake, second time is a confirmation. All right, so coming week we can see that gold might have more on the bull side. All right, gold might have more on the bull side. Our first target is still remain at 1880, followed by 19. All right, 1900. 1880 or 1900 is still stick to this. All right, for gold itself. So first candle break, second candle people might thought it's a false bull, but subsequent candle above already. Right now it's above this resistance. All right, so well supported by the 3 moving average, 20, 40, 100 days, and by the Fibonacci. So for here, right, I can see I am more confident on the upside for gold, but of course stop loss must apply. All right, break below the 23% Fibo again, then there is chances that you will stick back to this triangle once again. All right, if let's say it go below, all right, we might see it is still fluctuating within the triangle, but right now based on day candle we are actually above already, so I'm more on the upside for gold itself. Next, let's go into certain counter. All right, let's talk about the US 10-year first. US 10-year U. All right, so US 10-year U. Let's take a look at the bigger time frame. Okay, weekly chart. Currently, I say once breaks 1774 1.9. Alright, so since last week already break 80 lah. Right now it spiked all the way, come down. But this to me, I think is more on the upside. We are still looking for it to reach at 2.14%. Alright, 2.14% is significance lah. Why is significance? I think I use Fibonacci to determine here lah. Alright, so this is what we are looking at, 2.114 or 2.1% lah. So if let's say Fed, all right, going to have more hike for this year due to the inflation rate is spiking very high, due to the economy data is spiking high, we may see this continue to go higher. All right, I mean, I just use this as an indication. I don't really trade into this US 10-year treasury U rate lah. All right, so if this one go up, it meaning to say mostly the indices will come down. All right, so the next counter which I'm going to say today will be Russia 2000. This is the epic chart which I mentioned previously. So guys, take a look. I am bearish. I'm buyers on the downside. Okay, continue sideways, buyers on the downside. This is since December when it's hovering, right? So buyers break below the support, come down. All right, classic move. If you guys go and see, all right, if you guys go and see, removing all the moving average. All right, let's removing all the moving average by using the candle pattern. Right, we can see that why is a classic move. Sideways. All right, break below, test. This is the previous support, turn resistance. Correct. Classic move. Right now, well supported and well resisted, come down again. All right, so I believe this is a trend. I'm more on the downside. If I'm looking at a bigger picture, I can see in this way. See that or not? All right, so that's why I say let's remove all the drawing. I look at the intermediate first. It should be in this way. Correct or not? Same length. All right, so this is where I'm looking at this channel. All right, just now it used to be a previous resistance turn support area. All right, so these two areas, 17,000 1750, let's make it a round figure, 1750 and 17. All right, so take a look. Let's write it down today. So it's I will revamp. I mean, I will retype and re-edit later lah. All right, just write some notes here. 1750 to 17. Okay, this is the area which I'm looking at. Okay, 1700 to 1750. Okay, this is the area I'm looking at for Russia. All right, so this is a small cap, just to take note. Volatility will be there as well. So next, I'm looking at let's see, Facebook. Yes, Facebook. A lot of people is eyeing on Facebook lah. They don't want to miss this big pie. All right, big pie used to be a very big pie. Right now, due to the earnings report, shortage of user visiting Facebook page, but it's just a few percent shine off last. Don't be too afraid, but people just be over panic. But however, there's also people who try to pick at the bottom. At the bottom knife, correct? Pick the bottom knife. You try to pick, you will get cut and get hurt. So this is where I'm looking. 210, all right, 2100. Sorry, 210 and 220. 210 and 220. This is the area zone which I'm looking at. All right, I'm looking at. So I'm in my sorry, in my Telegram group, right? I mentions in my Telegram group I mentions things to watch out. All right, especially for the day candle, things to watch out. This is the doji. All right, so I actually go into the day time frame. A lot of people want to play throughout this gap. All right, they want to play throughout this gap, try to have some gap covering. If you guys want to long, just be aware why this is since you guys see the candle by itself. This is the day candle, right? So let's go to the chart. We see the day candle, what happened? Can you see that? All right, hopefully you guys see that. So what happened? Look at the image. 1, 2, doji, green. People thought this green, right? All right, by right green followed by green, right? But at the end of the closing, it come down and then it spike down. All right, so this doji, if give way, the wick give way, we will see more downside. All right, because we know that a lot of stop loss is setting here. Once it's hit, algorithm hit, pam pam pam, you will keep coming down. All right, so this is the area that you guys should watch out for. If you want to catch on Facebook, I think it's better to wait for a weekly candle reversal confirmation closing price first in order for you to come in. Watch out this candle, two big candle coming with two big high volume in average. All right, it's risky. All right, volume high followed by low volume, but we wait for the green candle confirmation, then just buy in. Why I want to catch the falling knife? Correct or not? Alright, so watch out for the Facebook itself. Okay, the next counter which I'm going to watch today will be previously mentioned Ping An on the Hong Kong side. Let's fly to the Hong Kong side. Alright, so this is what I mentioned on, I think I mentioned 2 weeks ago. Go and check my previous video if you are interested. 2 weeks ago, I can't remember when lah. If you guys want to see, I believe she'll be on the 23rd January video. All right, go and find it out on the YouTube. All right, I mentioned well support. All right, things to catch it. If you guys manage to catch, then you guys enjoy. All right. So if you guys miss it, then too bad. Remember to take the action next time. All right. So this is just a recap of what we have been looking at. Next counter. All right, so AMD, we can see that it fall badly. All right, fall badly. Correct, it fall badly. It fell on last Friday, but right now there's a major support. It is not reaching the support yet, so I don't see any bearish, even though this is due to the spike of the Russia-Ukraine war news, right? So don't pick it up first. See whether is there any support at this area or not. Then we will determine from there lah. But for Intel, let's go to Intel. Alright, so Intel I draw just like I mentioned, right? Alright, I mentioned do not enter zone. Alright, previously it came down. Alright, people who want to enter, I say do not enter zone, so we miss the spike. So right now it revisit. So if you never take the profit since April 21, right? I mean, you just read 1 year and you're back to square one again. So this is what I'm mentioning because I'm looking at this way support since 2009, global financial crisis, well supported all the way. All right, once you breach 47, I'm looking at this area. I never redraw this chart. I never going to redraw again because this is the area I'm looking for. All right, I don't chase the price. I wait the price come to me and then I hunt on it. All right, this is my trading strategy. All right, so next counter, let's take a look at one last counter today. Will be CHPT. So this is what I mentioned previously on weekly candle. Still supported at a $10, supported by the $13. All right, this is what I mentioned triggered. Of course, if let's say Nasdaq drop 2%, all right, a lot of people will be panic selling as well lah. So, but I'm still holding on this counter. Hopefully it don't hit the $10. Once it hit, the most I got stop loss. All right, manage your risk well enough. Is there any other more counter for today? If you guys want to see, right, you guys can actually comment in my Facebook page, or you can guys private message me, so I will actually look into it and share over the next week as well. Or if you want, I can share directly to my Telegram with some of the chart if you guys want to chart for you guys as well. So other than that, that's all for my this week. Watch out on your position. Watch out on the walls itself. Will it strike on or not? All right. So that's all. Thank you everyone. Have a nice weekend. Bye bye.